rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Tina Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I say rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I am here today. I'll be hosting for Valentina Janik because she was unable to be here today. And so here I am in the big chair. I want to wish Valentina the best and speedy recovery to get back here at her show, the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Doing things a little different. As you can see, I've got empty chairs next to me. Usually Valentina brings her guests up and they're sitting here, but nobody wanted to be on the show. No, I'm kidding. Actually, we have some great guests today, but I'll be bringing them up one at a time, sort of like the Tonight Show did. And, you know, this show Valentina created, it's always something that's able to help people, especially people looking for work, to boost their careers, to help find, you know, further themselves in the business that they've chosen, the career they've chosen. And as such, we reached out to a very special guest to try and get him to come on, but Stephen Colbert just declined. He's very angry. And I don't blame him. You know, he felt that, you know, it wasn't fair that he lost his highly rated television show due to politics. And just to prove that point, we reached out to Tim Allen and Roseanne Barr, who they agreed 100%. So, but all kidding aside, we don't talk politics on the Long Island Breakfast Club show. So we're not going to do that today, even though the show is named, in fact, after a film that was created by a man named John Hughes. If you want to mispronounce it. Speaking of movies, the new Superman movie came out, and there was a lot of manufactured hype about the, you know, being woke, and that Superman is kindler. Anybody see the new Superman movie? I know you saw it three times. It was great, and I haven't seen it yet, but there's a lot of talk that, you know, Superman is an immigrant, and people were saying, "Oh my God, they're, you know, bringing politics into it." And all I can say is, whether he came here legally or illegally, if he comes in and saves the world and gets a good job and doesn't send his money back to Krypton, I give him a free pass and welcome to America. Then the internet was also going nuts over the squirrel scene, right? Was there a scene where he rescued the squirrel? Now, did that bother you? I mean, no, right? I mean, we all do it. Are you driving down the highway? What happens if you see a squirrel? You slam on your brakes. You don't care about the guy behind you. You don't care about the guy you swerve into. You're saving that squirrel. So, again, I give a free pass to Superman on the saving of the squirrel. Also in the news, William Shatner and Dick Van Dyke can rest easy because 3 stars have just passed away, and they were not amongst them once again. So they will continue to go, as we lost Chuck Mangione and Hulk Hogan, and of course Ozzy. So three big losses in the music and the wrestling world. So that's a sad news. Now, again, I'm just a guest host here. I'm very much like, you know, Joan Rivers, Jay Leno, Joey Bishop. And again, we want to really welcome Valentina back as soon as possible, back to this chair that she has, you know, made her own, and come back to that huge contract that she currently enjoys. The shows today are going to be centered around movies, obviously, for my introduction here. My guests are all active in the movie industry on Long Island, independent film. actors, filmmakers, sound individuals. And I know that Valentina, at the end of her opening, she also talks about all the different national days. So today is National Tequila Day. It's also National Drive-Through Day, which I think was created by National Tequila Day. National Cousins Day, National Tell an Old Joke Day. So everybody's gonna have to come up. So start thinking now. I want you to tell an old joke. I'm reminded of the time that a grasshopper walked into the bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, we got a drink named after you." And the grasshopper says, "You got a drink named Irving?" Okay, all right. Is there any canned laughter we could have put in on that? And of course, not to let this one go missing, it's National Amelia Earhart Day. So that's where we're at with our opening. And with that, I would like to bring up my first guest. He's a creator, writer, director of many films. He's a full 7-year NYLIF veteran, New York Long Island Film Festival, creator of Love Bro, Waning Poetic, and the soon-to-be-released The Exchange. Please welcome George Massimillo. Where's that thing back there? How are you?
All right, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So you've got a lot going on. I mean, I know we'll jump right into what's going on this Saturday. I know the Long Island, what's it, Long Island Music and Film
And Entertainment Hall of Fame.
and Entertainment Hall of Fame. They're honoring you. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about that and how that came about?
They're having a screening of our film, which you were in. It's Love Bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, they have a filmmaker series, and I'm not sure how often, but they, honor a local filmmaker, show one of their films. And I was referred to by a friend of mine. And
Okay.
yeah.
So someone referred you.
Oh, yeah, they put us in contact. And,
Okay.
yeah.
So now they're still going to screen It's Love Bro and do a Q&A with afterwards. And
With the cast and crew.
that's right.
No, cast and crew. I went the wrong way.
And writer and director.
Yes. And Mike will be there. My producer, he was a little under the weather today. He didn't make it today. But,
Okay. And that's, where is that?
Stony Brook.
Okay.
Not actually been there yet, but I'm looking forward to checking out the Billy Joel exhibit that everybody's talking about and seeing what else they got there.
Right. And that's at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, yes.
So, and we'll put up information on how you could get, is it a ticketed event or is it?
Yeah, I think if you buy a pass for the Hall of Fame, you get in for free. Otherwise, it's $10 for the show, just for the show and the Q&A.
Okay. And now It's Love Bro was the last movie you made no, it was 2 movies ago.
Yeah.
Because you made It's Love Bro, then you made Waning Poetic.
Yep.
And then the current one.
The exchange for.
Now, do you call it the exchange or the exchange?
The exchange. I guess technically it's the exchange.
Right.
Sometimes it just flows off the tongue.
Do we have a poster for the exchange? I think we do. Yeah.
Next to it. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Now, do you want
to? That's just some screenshots.
Right.
Yeah, the other one's.
Oh, there it is next to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great poster. And now, how did this story come to you? Was this something you wanted to do for a long time, or did it?
The idea was bounced around for probably a year or two, and then just finally put it together. And luckily, we got it rolling. So it was the hard part.
Now, you're one of the quickest. You are making a film, and your brain's already involved in your next one.
Yeah, try to.
Yeah, and you, I've met a lot of people over the years in this industry, and one thing I can say is a lot of filmmakers that they'll make a film, maybe they'll make a second one, and then they're just done. It's like it's so hard to keep that ball rolling, and you've managed to do that for quite a number of years now. How many feature films have you made? In
total, is the exchange is the 5th one, but it's been one a year for the last 3 years. It's Love Bro, Waning Poetic, and now this year the exchange, which is quite an accomplishment. Thank you.
Do you know what you're going to be working on? Because the exchange is wrapped now, right?
We're done filming. Yeah, we're just editing right now.
Right.
Mike's editing. I'm just along for the ride on the edit.
Mike is Mike Lagatudo, who's you've been working together with him for a number of years now.
20 years now.
When we tried to get Mike here, but he doesn't do these kind of shows. And you said he's a little under the weather.
Yeah, he's
too, right?
not feeling too good, but he'll be ready for Saturday, I hope.
And I think you guys are a great team.
Thank
You
you.
know,
I
when-
couldn't have done any of it without him. He's every movie I've ever done. I've been,
Yeah.
He does a lot. He does more than just my films. But for me personally, I couldn't have done anything without him. He's always been there. So
Yeah. Now you came to Nylith the first year.
Yep.
And that was 2019. That's 2019. That's the New York Long Island Film Festival, which is coming up this October. Can we get a picture of our logo there on the? Let's show the one with Valentina and I over at Nylith. Yeah, there's Mom, as I call her in the Fontanas. And our first year we were at the Seaford Cinemas, and you came there, and Jim Morrison as well. I think both of you have been here since the beginning. And it's been great, knowing you, watching the development. And there's your lovely bride, recently married. Congratulations on that. And yeah, it's all great things. And to see what everybody's been accomplishing since that first year is really great. And you and I talk a lot about how tough this business is.
Yeah.
And you keep moving forward, but yet at the same time you feel like you're staying in one place. And that's the frustration. But I think we're very close. And I know you and I are gonna be working in some capacity on this short film that I'm doing. Frank Vespi, who's another filmmaker who came into the festival, I believe in the second year, the first year that we moved it into the Moose Lodge and South Shore Theater. And we're working on a short film together. And I've corralled all these guys, and I'm really looking forward to us finally, even though we've done stuff together. I mean, I've been in your movies, and at the New York Long Island Festival, we do a thing now that we started last year called Shoot the Scene. And Katie Schrader, who's my partner in crime with the New York Long Island Film Festival, we came up with this idea last year to do a thing we call Shoot the Scene, which was to actually shoot a scene from a well-known movie at the festival in front of the people who attend. So filmmakers could see how other filmmakers do things, how sound people do things, how you frame a shot, how the actors do things. And we gave them a 2-hour window and said, shoot this scene. And I reached out to George and Jim Morrison, Mike, Vern Grobdahl, who's here also working on sound. And who else was involved in that?
Donnie Malloy helped us.
Right.
Met Donnie.
And they did a great job. We have a clip from what we did that day. We want to show that now. This is our shoot. And then you said action, and then even watching it, I think a lot of people don't realize how many times you do a take over and over, and watching it and knowing the pressure of the 2 hours was very interesting. Even though I've done this a whole bunch of times, I'm going, I'm not sure how this is going to come out. And you're very cool, you're very calm in your directing, and we showed that scene from When Harry Met Sally at the awards, and it was fantastic. It was so good. The
Frank
work.
and Laura did a great job.
Yes,
too.
as Frank Vitale and Laura Gilchrist played the two leads in that scene. We're looking to do it again this year. We're kicking around a couple of ideas, and one of we talked about what was Heat, the scene with Pacino and De Niro. We'd love to do that scene, and it's hard, because you have to choose something that's in an enclosed environment. We can't go out when we can, maybe down the road, but right now we're just looking to do another scene like that. And you've been so helpful with Nylif. I mean, what you've done last year with the awards and the screens and all that technical stuff that you're so good at. And a special shout out to George Buzzio, another filmmaker who has donated so much time and effort and equipment and everything to the festival. And it's a great, we're so proud and happy with this festival and how it's brought so many people together and created so many projects. And it's every time Katie and I see another film go up, and we're like, we see all the people that are involved and who met at the New York Long Island Film Festival, who's working together. And that's why we do it. So we're proud of that. And it's year 7, October 22nd through the 26th, which I know is going to interrupt New York Mets World Series this year. And I know that's very difficult to deal with, but first place Mets, here we go. I hope I don't jinx them. Yeah. Last time I said that, they went on they lost 7 of 10 or something.
It's a long year, long season.
It's a long season. Yes, I mean, we say this all the time. So with that, I think we should bring up our next guest to join us, the one and only Vern Gravdahl, who is manages to. He pops up everywhere. Every time I open up the internet and I see a film being worked on. Here is Vern. And,
Oh, yes.
Let's slide in.
Yeah. I got to sit next to you. Why do I have to sit next to you?
How are you?
Still alive.
Now we're on television now, so you have to be civilized. You have to, Okay.
Okay. Be civil.
Yes. What are you currently working on? Tell us.
I can't keep track of everything. I'm helping this guy with everything he does.
Nice.
Thank you.
Now, Vern, I was going to say, Vern is also like this equipment guru. It's like, I remember the first time I met you was when I was working on the film The Mark, and Debbie and Ted from the South Shore Theater. I was like, I didn't have a boom. I didn't have anything. So I'm looking for somebody who has a boom. And they gave me your name and your address, and I showed up at your house. And I think they had called you. And you come out with the boom and everything, and you went into your trailer, and you pulled it out of. It was like Phineas J. Woofy on and you pull this thing out and you give it to me and said, "I've never met me before," and he goes, "Enjoy," and I'm like,
that was my biggest mistake.
You want a few dollars? You want me to sign something? Like, nope. I'm like, all right, and that's how we met. That's officially how we met. But I never saw somebody who had so much stuff and sheds and filled with lights and cameras and
it accumulates over the years.
Yeah.
Yes, it's terrible.
And you're still accumulating.
I'm still accumulating, yes. Every so often you lose something.
Have you lost anybody in particular? I know Joanne always.
I misplaced my one of my stands that I use for the boom pole. I don't know where it is, but it'll show up.
It'll show up.
It will show up. Yeah. I have another one, so it's not the end of the world.
Now, are you strictly, I know you have cameras and all, but lately you've been locked into sound. That's been
that's my little world.
That's your little niche right now.
Yeah, I like to sit there and do the sound. I have kind of focused on doing that, making sure that we get the lavaliers on people so that it's not noisy, and that's a big problem.
Yeah.
With a lot of people, the noisy clothes, or they have jewelry and all kinds of heavy duty chains and stuff. And I'm like, "Can you please maybe not? No, I'm going to wear that." Okay, well, fine.
Yeah.
Or the combination of fabrics that then start rubbing against each other. They're like little power stations. You can run a whole town with the power that they create. Like that guy over there. Hi there. I refer to you.
He'll be up here soon.
He'll be up here soon. I'll tell you more about that. But he's been a nightmare when it comes to putting a lavalier mic on him. But we're still friends, right? We're still friends. That's a
For
good
now.
For now.
I mean, it's wild because, I'll show up on set and I forget, who's going to be there, or I don't know who's going to be there. You are sitting in the corner. Every single thing on Long Island lately.
Yeah. What was that? What was that thing we did? We did
The Kia commercial.
yeah, a
recently,
Kia
which
commercial. I walk
Glenn-
in there and I'm setting up. I'm looking. There's Gerry. Oh shit! There goes my day. Ay ay ay.
Feelings mutual.
Okay. We like each other.
Yes, we do.
We're good. We banter a lot. It's just how we get along. If we
Right.
didn't do it, I don't think we'd be friends.
And you always have something new. Every time I show up, you either have a new way to fix it to the button.
Yes,
or you
I'm
have a
always
new-
experimenting.
Yeah. How many
Yes.
lavaliers do you have now?
I have about 12 lavaliers. Funny story. I was getting all these little noise problems. We heard like click, click, click when people were moving. I took the time when I got home. I checked all my lavaliers. Found out that 5 of my lavaliers had a broken wire where the plug goes into the transmitter.
Wow.
So I had to perform neurosurgery on them and put new plugs on them, which I am
And now they
capable
all
of
work?
doing.
He's very capable.
Yes, I am. Electric was my first career.
I remember that one of the days when we were working on the Mark again, my to give you a little bit about Vern knows, I would say a lot about a lot that surprises me all the time. Like we'll be talking about any kind of equipment, whether it's all right in the film thing, but even like an oil burner or a car, or and you'll make an assessment of what's wrong, and you're very often right on the money. It was my oil burner and
It was your-
my
yeah, I
gas
to-
burner. My gas.
I told you that's what the problem's going to be.
I had a guy coming to fix it, and Vern went and looked at it and called out this one odd part, and you said that's where like the flux capacitor or whatever, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So the guy shows up, and I'll never forget this because the guy's walking down to my basement, and you're sitting on the couch, you have your feet up on the couch, you're sitting there like this, and you go, "It's the flux capacitor," and the guy looks at me and goes, "No, it's not. They never go." And he goes downstairs, he opens up the oil burner, the gas burner, takes a look, he's tinkering around, he goes, "That crazy looking man up on the couch was right." He goes, "It's the flux capacitor." I was like, so yeah, you're a borderline genius in
And I wouldn't say that, but I've had so many careers. I mean,
now you worked on helicopters, right? And plane
I-
engines and
well,
things.
the first thing I did was I went to maritime school in Norway, of all the places. And I don't sound like the Swedish chef because I'm actually born here. So you can't throw me out of the country. So if you want to. So I went to maritime school. So I worked on oil tankers and chemical tankers as an electrical engineer. So there I got involved with all sorts of things. And when you're in the middle of the ocean, something breaks, you have to think outside the box many times.
Sure.
Because you can't just go over to the local hardware store and buy something. You have to take, okay, I'm going to repurpose this and make this work and keep the ship running. So then I got involved with flying helicopters. I did that for about 25 years for DHL and for Island Helicopter.
Wow.
And for a few other smaller companies. Then I got involved with theater and both sides, the acting side of it. You know, I do act too, Gerry. You know that, right?
I know.
Yes.
No, you're in the Fontanas.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. And then I got involved with. These days, I help a friend of mine when he's working on airplanes. He said one day, "Vern, I need you to come down and try and figure out what's wrong with this Piper. Can't get it to work, and you're skinny." And yes, I'm skinny, so they shove me in there, and I'm up underneath the dash there. Oh yeah, that's where the problem was, on the broken wire.
Now,
So
do
you need
you
something.
still fly?
No, I've been flown in 15, 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't like
That's
crazy
good. We
people.
feel a
They
little
don't like
safer on the
crazy people
ground.
up
Yeah.
there. Yeah, they like us on the ground. Yes, nice.
Yes. I'm right there with them. All right, we're gonna bring up our next guest in a minute, but I want to talk a little bit about what's going on briefly about what's going on with me, I got the Mutant Kings Band, which we're playing tomorrow night at Gachador 2 Restaurant in Lindenhurst from 7 to 10. So that's a lot of fun. I'm still doing the Elvis shows, and I got a lot going on with the film industry. I'm not going to go into too much detail with that, but I'm working on a pretty big deal down in Florida with some major players, and keep your fingers crossed with that. We're all going to be involved with that if this goes where I think it's going to go. And very excited about that. And with that, before we bring up our next guest, I put together a little clip from our last Elvis show. So we'll play that right before we bring up Glenn McBride.
That's all right, Mama. That's all right for you. That's all right, Mama. Just any way you do, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right, Mama. Any way you do. I said, we're going up Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the boat, it's gonna blue. I said, we're going up Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the boat, it's gonna blue. Hey, many miles between us. Oh, it didn't mean a thing. Well, I just had to raise you, baby. In spite of all that I've been through, I've been trying indeed. I've been running all the way, baby, trying to get through. So I can help. I got two strong arms and I can help. It would sure do me good to do you good. Let me help. Hop! We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby.
Right. It never gets old. It's always fun. While that was going on, we got a little geography lesson here from Bernie. Showed us on the globe where he was. And,
Yes.
Yep. Very interesting.
Yes.
You're a world traveler. I know you, right?
I've
You're
been
going
to
on
every
all
continent.
these different. Yeah.
Every
very
continent,
interesting.
yes, including the Antarctic.
Well, our next guest, we all know very well. He's a very talented actor. He's a very he's got a knack for comedy, but yet when he's playing a dramatic role, it's so good. And that's not always something people can do, both drama and comedy to such a degree. I noticed that about Glenn McBride. He's a star of Stall Buddies and The Final Walk, most recent film, and recently a Kia commercial. So let's welcome Glenn McBride Jr.
Hey guys, good to see you again. We keep running to each other.
Yes.
This is the new buddy cop movie, road trip movie right here. This is it. This is it.
Well, again, this is Long Island's finest.
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
a bigger table to get everybody in, but it's great having all of. And again, we met.
At Nyliff. I
At
met
Nyliff?
everybody here at Nyliff.
We
Yeah.
met everybody at
At
Nyliff.
Nyliff, yeah,
And,
my first year.
So, what are you up to these days? I mean, there's a long list, but
I
let's,
know. Well, I had the pleasure of working with George and Vern and you on the exchange, so I'm really
Yeah.
excited about that. It was really good. I kind of messed up the production because I got COVID the first week we were supposed to be filming, so they had to change everything.
We made
So-
it. We made it. That's
So
all
we made it
matters.
work, and then it was a really good experience because I always wanted to work with George, and I kept asking, "Hey, if you got anything for me? I'd love to audition." So all right, and then the wish came true. I got to work with George and everything, so it was good. And Mike and the cast is really good too. The cast is really good,
yes,
including you. We have good scenes together.
Great stuff together.
We have one scene we wanted to do. One line. We
'cause
kept
he wouldn't
pushing
let
it. Yeah,
us.
he wouldn't let us do it. He's like, "That you guys going too far."
You're very strict. He's a very strict director.
He's He's like,
And he considered it. That's
Yeah,
what was
he
interesting.
considered he's more clean. I'm more like, hey man, I'm more Dave Chappelle. Like,
We should tell the audience what it was.
it's
'Cause
fun.
it's
You
funny.
remember?
Oh yeah, I remember it.
All right.
You don't remember it?
We're talking about
It's a very
yesterday on
tight.
set.
You don't have a lot of time when you.
So the scene is my character comes in. You guys are all wrestling at the table, fighting,
Right.
and blah, blah, blah. And I come in. I think I'm one of the characters' father, and I just look and I go, "What's wrong with you people?"
Right. And I go, what you mean what's wrong with you people? It was like,
And we all cracked up. It's not in the script, so we're like, George,
come
we
on,
got to
George.
do
He's
that.
like,
You're like,
he's like, that's pushing it.
no. And we're like,
Come
well,
on,
why don't
George,
we
just-
film it and then see if it works? You're like, no.
Nah.
If we did it, we were already 15 minutes late getting out of there.
Right.
We wouldn't have
And
made
you
it.
are always locked into
You're
that
locked in.
time.
He
But
has
it was funny.
his stand, the script, and his color markers, and yeah, he's ready to go. Yeah.
And now recently I got to play your boss
And yeah,
briefly
Pew
in
commercial.
the commercial.
That was fun.
That was-
really
yes.
fun. What a good time.
I always have these little roles, you know, and especially in George's movies, because George has a tendency to cast young, attractive people. And I always end up being a parent. It's like,
Well, you're
You know,
yeah,
when
yeah,
you're
right.
in Club Bro, you're the wise man. Though.
that's
yeah.
true. That's,
But you have a good scene in Love Bro, the standoff scene. I'm not gonna reveal it, but the standoff scene at the office. That's really fun.
yes,
That's really
I
fun.
love that role.
That's
Chris.
really fun.
Yep.
Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris is a great character. So, and you'll see that if you come down to the Hall of Fame
It's Saturday.
on Saturday,
Saturday.
which you better do.
I'll be there. Yeah.
All right, so you have the final walk, which is currently going through the
Film festival route, starring Wendell Laurent. We all know Wendell from
Yes,
Walter's Wish, and Buzz Nyliff as well.
Fontana's.
Fontana's, Beaches.
He's very busy these days too.
Yeah,
He's doing a lot.
I'll see him in August. I mean, he's doing like a big heist comedy. It's really funny. I read the script. It's really funny.
Yeah, and he wrote it, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
something. Yeah, it's good to see him back out there doing that because he had done Daybreak
Yeah, that
when
was
we
good.
first met
Yeah,
him. Daybreak was his short film at Nyliff, which was fabulous.
really good. Really good. Film.
Really well done. And that's where I know he had the song, the Barry Manilow song in it. And at first I
That's
thought he just, threw it in there, but he actually got
Got the rights,
permission
right,
from,
yeah.
from Barry Manilow.
That's tough to do.
Yeah, I think he got permission for the short, and they said basically if you make it a feature, we'll have to renegotiate
Oh,
and
got it.
talk, which is a big part of this business too.
Yeah.
Is
The music.
and that's getting tougher and tougher. The YouTube world. Remember when these companies, the YouTube stream, they give you everything for free.
Yeah, now they're doing that.
And now they're squeezing you. So, I mean, let's talk about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This industry, and where do you? I mean, you and I have had long conversations about this and the whole thing with streaming and the movie.
Right.
It seems like movie theaters are coming back somewhat.
Yeah, I hope
And
so. Yeah.
and I think Superman movies like that.
Yeah, so 3 times at a good time.
Now, tell me about that because I know you're a big film buff. I read your things when
Um,
you post them. You loved this
I
movie.
loved it. It's a little twist, it's a little different, but I walked away feeling like that kid when I watched Christopher Reeve Superman for the first time. I felt like a kid walking
Mhm.
out, and you know what I'm saying? So and I cried. There's certain scenes I'm like, oh, it's just like, oh,
Really?
it tugs at your heart. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's great. And the scenes between him and Lois are like gold. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I love all the Superman movies, but this one was like the best one. This
Mm.
one's like, it just jumps right into, it's like watching the animated series of Justice League and stuff like that. It jumps right into it. So it was good. And I saw it on IMAX twice. So it was great.
Okay,
So it was really good. I'm going
so you
to
recommend it?
Yeah, I'm about to go and see it again.
Have any
but
of
on
you
the
seen
40th.
it?
I have seen it. Yes.
Oh, you have.
Right,
And
yeah.
your thoughts?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It was good. It's not the best Superman. no.
No, I think,
No, I did enjoy it.
yeah, I
though.
think Henry Cavill is really good at Superman as well. But I think
Is he who you say is the best, or Christopher Reeve?
I think Christopher Reeve is still. Christopher Reeve makes you feel the Superman's your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He could be your friend. That's why the whole squirrel thing, saving the squirrel in this Superman was nice and stuff. And then Crypto, he makes you feel like Superman is your friend, he's your buddy. You know what I'm
And that squirrel scene was, I mean, James Gunn went back and forth whether he should put the scene in the movie.
saying? Yeah.
I think he took it out, and then he said he missed it,
So
so he put it back.
I think it was a great choice he left it in. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hero's got to save the cat.
yeah.
right? Exactly.
Yeah. He likes
And I
squirrels.
mean, I haven't seen it, but like I said, Christopher Reeve, to me, is the perfect portrayal of Superman. But it's a lot of times it's who you grew up with. People who
Right.
grew up with Sean Connery, he's the best Bond. People who grew up with Roger Moore, he's the best Bond.
Right.
So I don't know. It's hard to put your finger on One thing that's nice to see though is that a movie that everybody can go to and see and say that they liked, which seems to like we're such a divided country in so many ways, not just politics,
right. Just
but in everything else. It's like people like to criticize rather than just go and enjoy.
Right.
And I was watching a movie this past week where I found myself watching it and going, why the hell can't we make movies like this anymore? And it was Romancing the Stone. Do you remember that movie?
Yep.
Is that the? What's that sounds familiar? It's like the
Kathleen Turner,
right.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a fun, funny, romantic adventure movie, and it's like we didn't. I mean, you could if that came out today, they'd probably attack it every which way you could and criticize it. But it was just a fun movie. You fell in love with Kathleen Turner. You admired the Michael Douglas character. Women fell for Michael Douglas. The boys fell for Kathleen Turner, and it was just enjoyable from start to finish. And it was like it seems like we hit a point in time where we stopped making movies like that. And we also stopped making movies. I find if you think about like the most iconic lines of dialogue in movies, if I said to you guys like right now, give me 10 lines of dialogue that are iconic for movies, you'd probably give me old movies.
Oh yeah, like Rocky,
Rocky, Godfather, you go down the list, Citizen Kane, blah, blah, blah. You go down the list, but it seems like in the last 10, 20 years, the dialogue isn't as important. The character development isn't as important. And we're looking at, and I like action as much as the next guy. I remember arguing with my dad when I was a kid because it was like everything was just an action movie. Right. But now it seems to have, gone off a cliff. No pun intended. And it's nice to see movies going back. Right. That's why Superman coming in and being emotional and that is good. I think I always say this, one of the things that went wrong is everything has to be epic. Right. But what's really interesting in life is the small stuff. The small stuff, yeah. Everything's not epic. So I hope that things are turning that corner and coming back to that. So I think it is. Yeah, I think so.
I think, we just after COVID hit, what I'm saying, and then we have streaming, and now you have like Amazon Prime. Like they had a great movie called Heads of State.
Okay.
With John Cena and Idris Elba. It's a big action movie. It's a big action comedy. I'm like, why is this not in the theater? Because it's like, hey, it's easier. Like it's on streaming. People see it just like that. But if you watch it, like this should be in the theater. So it's a streaming thing. Now you have to have a split. Do we put in the movie theaters or put it on stream? I don't know how they choose. You know what I'm saying? But this was like a big action movie. I was like, this is really good.
I saw it. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. I was like, this is supposed to be in the movie.
You watch a lot of movies too. I know you watch a lot of. You're into like Tubi and all that.
Yeah, I watch the TV stuff that comes on Netflix and Prime and whatever, all that stuff. Yeah. Too lazy to get out of the house and go to a movie theater.
Now, do you want to tell anybody a little bit about what this exchange is about, or
you want me to tell you?
You want to? You're the star.
I'm the second star.
One of the stars.
It starred myself, but also starring a really great actor. Jack. I always get Jack's last name.
Tomlinson.
Great actor, great scene partner. It's about a guy. He meets the girl of his dreams. Everything's going right. And this crazy thing happens where his crazy ex-girlfriend, his current girlfriend, swap bodies, and he doesn't know. And his world is kind of flipped upside down. But it's really fun. It's a really good cast. And George's writing was really great. I mean, we didn't have to improv anything. The writing, the dialogue was really good. And we had a good time. The cast is really good. Really good.
It was great.
Yeah.
So you did a better job than me, though.
Well, you wrote it.
When do you think it'll be finished and ready to go?
Yeah, George.
By the end of the year, we'll say. Safe side by the end of the year. We move as fast as we can without, forcing anything. But
Right. And you had, like I said, the final walk. Are you working on? I know you said you just got a bunch of acting gigs and stuff.
Acting gigs. I'm currently in Windows new movie that's coming out that we shoot in August. I got the call a couple of days ago for that. Then I have to pull out the Christmas comedy that I wrote.
Right.
Yeah, we just have to do one pickup scenes about a guy who finds out he got his wife and mistress pregnant at the same time. We go find out at this Christmas dinner and things go crazy. So we're halfway done. I just have to shoot this one flashback scene and we're done. But besides that, everything's been good. Got the final walk. They're doing really good in film festival. It's supposed to be at the Bright Waters Film Festival in August, and then we'll be at Newark Independent Film Festival for Stowe Buddies and the final walk. So I'll be down there for that. So it's been good. It's been good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really excited when I get to do the Fontanas. That's gonna be fun.
Yes,
That's gonna be
well,
fun.
your
Yeah.
character is going to be great
I
in
can't
that.
wait.
And that's been one of my personal frustrations, is because back at the beginning of the year,
Mhm.
I reached a point where I was like, okay, you guys who have all been helping out with the Fontanas and in the Fontanas deserve to have this thing seen. And like I said, George and I and Glenn and even Vern, we have conversations so often about this business, and we want to get our films where we want to get them.
Right.
But then you sort of break down and say, okay, let me put it on YouTube, or we'll try and get it on Amazon.
Mhm.
But you're at the mercy of advertising and trying to get the word out there and be that person, that film that everybody wants to see.
Right.
So even though you put it on, but I said, you know what, you guys all deserve, the cast deserves, I have a wonderful cast in the Fontanas. So I basically looked up and said, if nothing happens by April 1st, I'm putting this on YouTube so
Okay.
everybody can see it.
Nice.
And I was talking to a friend down in Florida that I'm writing a script with, and he had a contact with a big film company, and yada, yada, yada. One thing led to another. And we ended up in a meeting down in Florida
Okay.
with people, who could make something happen.
Got it.
And I presented the Fontanas and 2 other projects. And the date of that meeting was April 1st.
Oh wow.
And I kind of like it sent chills, because I said, I said this at the beginning of the year, if nothing happens by April 1st. So I had to make a decision, and I said, I'm putting all my oars in the water here for these projects and
Mhm.
trying to hit that next level. And that's where I'm at right now. But it meant putting the Fontanas on hold. And we had
Right.
started filming season 2. But I'm like, if somebody's going to come in here and take this to the next level, I don't want to be trapped
Right.
and be in too deep at this level. So
Right.
there's so much good stuff coming up with the Fontanas, but I had to put the brakes on. So again, sometimes you just got to look up and say, hey, this is out of my hands. It's in your hands.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at with the Fontanas. So
That's good.
it's very exciting, but at the same time, it's very frustrating. And that probably describes this business in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
yeah.
Exciting and frustrating.
Frustrating at the same time.
So, and now what's your next project? I mean, aside driving home and getting there safely. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to talk to this guy about. I'm going to be helping you with the next thing up. Or no, that's you.
Well, you're
Yeah.
involved with, you're going to be doing sound.
Yeah, I go wherever I'm told to go, basically.
Well, this next project, I can't say too much about it, but it's a short film that's hopefully in line to be a feature at some point, written by Frank Vespi, who's a very creative guy, and it's a faith-based film. So
I did
it's
see that. You posted that,
yeah, and but I'm under a strict gag order. I can't say too much about it.
Gotcha.
But he's working on a couple of films, and Frank Callow, who we all met at the
Yeah.
festival last year, he's going to be directing his film, which was originally called Mobnoxious, and it's now he changed it to Mobservational. And
Okay.
anywhere we can put the word mob in the
Mob,
thing
exactly.
these days,
Right.
which is always a big thing. Everybody's making these mob films, but that's why bringing the comedy into it, which I know Frank did and we did with the Fontanas, I think is the key. And I think that's what was successful about The Sopranos too, is there was a lot of humor
Comedy,
and
yeah.
in that. With that now, so you have another film that you're have in mind after the exchange, or
I've always got a couple things lined up. I wrote a lot of scripts during COVID, so
Yeah.
there's always a couple things ready to go. But
I remember one of the scripts that I read of yours that I thought was so good was the baseball one.
that's the '86 Met script.
Yes, I know.
That's a long stretch to get to make that one, but God willing, someday.
That was a really good script.
Thank you.
How many screenplays have you written now?
I don't have a number. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, a lot.
Wow.
I'm writing, mostly on, but on and off for 20 plus years now. Many of them just in my spare time, but a lot.
If you could be hired in Hollywood as a writer or a director, equal pay, equal whatever, no difference in whatever, and you can only pick one, what would it be?
That's a good question. Probably writer,
Yeah.
Writer first, even though I love bringing them to life type of
Mhm.
thing. But little freer with writing. You know.
I see you as a director.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's got a good directing skill.
He directs
He does
actors
a
really
damn
well.
good job at it. I mean, he gets what he wants out of the people.
Now, and you don't like being in front of the camera.
No. This is torture.
This is tough for him. This is tough for him.
So that's why you have this tortured look on your face.
He can't wait. Like,
You can't wait. Oh, is that clock going down to zero yet?
he look at the time. He's like, oh, almost there.
Should have worn a tie. So I could
Almost
just-
there.
Yeah, no, it's summertime. I was like, I'm glad we all dressed, accordingly.
Right.
And what is it you'd like to do? I mean, you do sound, but I know you also act, and you're a SAG actor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just like to have more parts and do some more sound. And, I do have a camera too, Gerry.
I know. Well, we're
Yes,
going to talk
he's got
about
a
that
good
too. And you're always yelling at me to use better cameras.
Yes, that's
and
correct.
It's all
Yes.
about the lenses too.
Yes.
That's a big part
Yes.
of it.
And you like my lenses. I know
do.
that.
I like your
Good
lenses.
lenses.
Yes, I do. And now writing the final walk you wrote with,
Well, when doing the other actress, my co-star Beatrice Biapple, we wrote all together.
you all wrote it together.
Yeah.
But you've also co-written some of your other stuff,
Yeah,
right?
Stone Buddies. I wrote by myself, and then Pull Out. I wrote it with my producer partners, Brandon Brass and Jimmy Kelly. And Supply Demand, which was my first short film estimate, to Nyla. I wrote the.
That's
I
right,
wrote
Supply and
yeah.
Demand also.
Yeah. So I'd rather be a director. I like working with actors. I love being on set. I like seeing it come together. I like the pressure that they brings of being a director. I like all of it. Writing is cool, but I get easy distracted. I start writing and I'm watching a movie and I'm like, I got my Xbox. Like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. Next time I'm playing GTA for 6 hours. So
Right.
I like directing. I like being on set. It's really fun. But writing is cool too. You know what I'm saying? But directing is, directing and acting. I like being on set.
Mm.
I like being on set. I like working with actors.
Writing is lonely.
Very lonely. Yeah, you're by yourself.
Right.
That's why I like writing with like Jimmy and Brandon, because we could bounce off ideas. I'll text them like, hey, I got this idea, what you think? And you bouncing stuff off somebody. So
The other thing I find with writing is it occupies your brain constantly. When you're writing something, I don't know if you're like this, because you're pretty quick. You know what you're gonna write, and you sit down. Like when
Put a lot
you're
of work
writing,
behind that.
You
To
what?
get to know what you want. There's a lot of planning behind.
a lot
that,
of planning
yeah.
behind it,
Right.
and it's hard. Like sometimes I'm driving, and I'm like, I just went those 5 exits, and I don't remember them because you're so
think
locked
about-
into
yeah.
your
Yeah.
thoughts. You know what that's like, right? God knows
Getting
what your
lost,
thoughts
yeah,
are, though.
Who are you again?
But it's like that. You still think about the script, and then when I'm writing, if I'm writing a comedy, I'll have something comedic on television. The sound will be off. I just need something visual to look at as I'm writing. That's kind of similar to when I'm writing. If I'm writing a horror movie, a slasher film, then I'm watching something that's similar to that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I have to have something, just kind of like a not soundboard, but whatever. Just an image I need just to kind of keep me an idea of what I'm going for. So
Do you think, this is just a philosophical question, as time marches forward, is it harder to do what's been done? Like before television was invented, before movies were invented. So the first people that wrote a movie script or a television script, it was like,
right,
here it is. It's great.
Right, it's the first one. Yeah.
But now, like, we're influenced by so much stuff. I guess what I'm saying is there an original thought? Like we criticize Hollywood, everything's a remake, everything is.
Right.
But is it getting harder to make original stuff, or are they just copping out and not doing it?
Stories have been told for thousands of years, so you can always say like that's just like this or that's just
Right.
like that.
There were plays, there were,
Yeah. Just your own voice behind it. Your
Your
own
perspective.
right,
Yeah.
right. And I think that's the key, is to find your voice.
Right.
So, like, perfect example, you're making The Exchange. There's been body swap movies before that, but you're finding your voice, and this is different than Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which, by the way, they're making
there's
coming
another
out
one,
Freakier
Friday.
Yeah,
Freakier Friday.
yeah.
Soon, I believe. I'm
It
not
comes out this
positive.
week. Yeah.
This week?
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep going back to the well.
So well.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's a fan base there and it's quick money. And you're like, all right. And they haven't seen
Yes.
them together. Yeah. So it's a quick cash out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, it gets to be maddening because you'll come up with a great idea and then you talk yourself out of it. I remember there was a movie that came out about sharks, killer sharks, a few years back.
Mhm.
I was like, how did this get made? How did somebody?
Well, sure, it's
I got this
Sharknado.
great idea of a movie like with sharks that, and it's like, really, you know, how do
People
you?
like sharks.
People
Yeah,
like
people
sharks.
you know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
So,
People's trying to
they never have enough of certain
No.
things.
Look at Sharknado.
Right.
Yeah.
Sharks and tornadoes. It's like you would never think that would get made, and it got made.
Yeah.
I think it makes 6 of them.
And that's what's so cool about the New York Long Island Film Festival
Wow.
too, is because we see so many original ideas,
Right.
and you start to not see that coming out of Hollywood. There's a lot of creative stuff, and I see a lot of students that put in stuff that, you know, it's rough around the edges, but you're like, wow, they're really trying
Right.
different
Different
things.
things,
And
yeah.
so, you know, I think this year is going to be a great festival. I mean, I say that every year, and every year it gets better, and every year we try and challenge ourselves to do something new and different.
Right.
But even with that, sometimes I got to pull back and say, well, we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
It's a place where you can come and see independent films and meet people and network. And you know, I saw somebody posted something on, and I guess as we come to the end of the show, you know, we try and give people with NILIF, they're going to get something out of it. Like, we want to focus heavily on that networking, or bring in the director like Frank Howell that people are talking to, and he's got projects going on, and he's talking to people who were there about working together and stuff. But somebody posted something on Facebook that they had made a script, and they sent it to I don't know how many festivals, and they invested $2,500 in this past year and $2,300 the year before, and they won a handful of awards. They won, you know, different stuff. But I looked at that and I was like, and they said, we're not getting where we want to get, but they had invested $5,000 into those festivals.
Wow.
And it's like, is that money better used to make your next film?
Right.
And that's why I think you have to focus on the festivals where you're going to personally get something out of it more than an award.
Right.
And that's got to be where you're going to network with people and people in the industry that can further your career. So that's really what we try to do and what we try to focus on. If you want to submit your film, we're actually taking films until the end of August. You can go to www.filmfreeway.com/NILIF, and we're still taking submissions. We got plenty of room because we're doing a 5-day festival like we did last year, and yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, so we're really excited. Anybody have any? I mean, it is tell an old joke day. So anybody have an old joke?
I'm terrible with
You
jokes.
must have old jokes. No?
He's got one.
Yeah, it's from Eddie Murphy, Delirious, but I'm not gonna do that. It's like,
I mean,
let's go just navigate around that one. It's a funny joke, but all right. It's a monkey that climbs up the tree. So I can make the weather change. The other monkey goes, no, you can't. So he starts passing gas. Now it's thunder. He goes, now I'll make it rain. He starts urinating everywhere. And the other monkey goes, well, I can make the stars come out. He kicks him between the legs. So that's the joke. That's the Eddie Murphy
it's an
joke.
old joke.
It's
Right?
an old joke.
I mean, the
I
old
cleaned
jokes
it
are
up,
the
though.
best.
I cleaned it up.
Right. I could see that. So, you know, like last night I shot an elephant in his pajamas, right? In my pajamas, right? Remember that one, Groucho? Last night I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How I got in my pajamas, I never know. Like, that's an old joke, but it's always like Clouseau. You know, does your dog bite? There's the oldest one, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember
That's
the
not my
shiner you
dog.
got the other day
Yeah.
also.
Right?
That was
I'm
fun.
glad we don't have a picture of that.
Oh, God.
You got
Anyway, we got a minute left of the show. I just want to again reach out to Valentina. I hope she's doing well. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope we did the Long Island Breakfast Club justice. And as we come to the end of the show, I just want to say to everybody out there, well, I want to thank my guests, first of all. Thank you guys for doing this. You know, I reached out. I said, you know, Valentina's in need, and everybody came together and helped Mom. So thank you, Vern. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
And with that, just, you know, be kind to everybody. Put down the cigarettes. Let's stop glamorizing alcohol. Play a little music. Have a laugh. And let's stop killing each other. And with that, everybody have a good night. And thanks for watching.
Peace.